What would your inner circle say you bring to a room without even trying? Buzz boost. I'm the one that says the truth, like without really couching it sometimes. The next one is an interesting question. It says, what misconception do people have about you at first glance? I think the one that I have heard a lot would be that I am strict. Hello, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited about today's conversation. I'm always excited about our conversations anyway, but today's conversation is a bit different. It's a get to know me video anyway, but not your conventional get to know me. Like, oh, what's your favorite food and all that. If you want me to do a regular one, let me know. But this particular one is just based on more reflective questions that I'll be answering for you to get to know me a little more deeply, right? So let's get right into the conversation of the day. So the first one I want to answer is, if someone met you 5 years ago and met you now, what is one thing they will say is very different about you? So first of all, 5 years ago was 2020. Oh, 2020 is like, I think, one of my best years till now. And the reason why I say this is because 2020 was when I sort of had this very deep awakening to the reality that I was here for a purpose that was greater than what I was doing at the time. And it's not to say I wasn't a woman of purpose before then, or I didn't believe in purpose, or I wasn't interested in purpose. But I think 2020 was when everything just hit home for me. You know, it was the lockdown and a lot of us had time to ourselves. I remember that I had left Port Harcourt to go and stay with my dad and my siblings for some time. I was there for about a month. And for that period, I remember that my siblings and I, two of my siblings and I, decided that we would just be praying every night and would use that season to really equip ourselves spiritually. And it was one of the best decisions that we ever made, because thinking about it now, many of the changes that my life experienced after that year came from those moments during that lockdown. And so I would say that if you met me then and you're meeting me now, I would say then I had just caught the reality that my life could be more. And now I am living in the reality that my life is more. I don't know if that makes sense, but yes, I think that's the difference, I would say. So the next question says, what are you currently unlearning and why? Unlearning. I think I unlearn every day, but one of the one of the things I would say is, what am I unlearning? Unlearning, that's a tricky one. Unlearning, I'm learning a lot, but to say I'm unlearning, anyway, I think that I would say I'm unlearning the idea that I have some things figured out about my life. You know, sometimes, especially when you're someone who is very intentional about growth, you can begin to feel that, oh, I think I've gotten to that point where, I got this. I think I got this. I think I know what to do when I'm met with challenges like this and so on. But then certain situations come and they humble you, and you remind yourself that, oh, I'm not all that. I don't know all that, right? And not to say that I am a proud person, or I'm someone who believes that, oh, I have it all figured out. No, but there are certain times that I am tempted to feel so, especially when it's about an area where I have really done a lot of work to develop myself, right? And so I love that situations or experiences can humble me and remind me that I am dependent on somebody else, which of course is my God, and I cannot get to that point where I'm feeling like I actually have anything figured out, because I really do not have anything figured out. So I'm unlearning the idea that you can be so strong in an area of your life where you might not really necessarily need help as much again, because that's not true. So I think that's what I'll say I'm unlearning. So the next question I love says, what does showing up for yourself mean? And mean to me specifically, yes. And how has that played out in your life? Especially in recent times. Okay, showing up for myself. So I think I used to be very timid before now. I used to be very shy. I used to be someone who would not want to be the one to take the opportunity, because I felt like, oh, I wouldn't do it right, or I didn't just have a lot of confidence in myself or in my abilities, right? And obviously that was me also forgetting that it was really, really about me, but it was about God and the power that He already placed on my inside. And I think that what I would say showing up for myself now means to me is that it means that I get to wake up every morning and remind myself that I am valuable, that I am, whatever organization, whatever relationship, whatever situation I find myself, I am there to give value. And so I am not shy about communicating the value that I know that I carry. This is how I show up for myself. I communicate the value that I carry. I know who I am. I show up as my best self every single time, because I know that God is counting on me to make a mark for Him on this earth. And every opportunity I'm given is an opportunity to amplify His voice. And if I keep seeing it that way, I would definitely show up for myself, because showing up for myself now means showing up for God. So there's this other question that says, what's a small part of your day that feels sacred to you? I think I have quite a number of those, but I would say obviously my time for devotion, the moments where, or the times where I get to sit with God with my journal sometimes, or I get to pray to my Father, knowing that I'm not just praying to a God that is existing somewhere in the universe. I'm praying to my Father, my Dad, the one that lives on the inside of me. Those moments really mark me. And I love how whenever I'm conscious about those moments, I get to obviously receive fuel for my life, receive clarity and direction. And it's beautiful how sometimes I can go into that presence or into that place. I don't call it a presence, because I'm always carrying that presence. It's everywhere. I carry it everywhere with me. But I'm saying it this way. I enjoy those moments where it looks like I am feeling down about something, I'm feeling scared about an opportunity or something like that, and then I go to my God, my Father, and He always has the right words. And sometimes even when He's not necessarily like saying words, that feeling that, or that knowing, not a feeling, that knowing that He's there just holding me and guiding me, just makes everything beautiful. And so that is definitely the most sacred part of my day, right? So yeah. What would your inner circle say you bring to a room without even trying? Basbos. Anyway, I think yes. I'm the one that says the truth, like without really couching it sometimes. I'm working on that, because I also don't feel that you should always speak your mind anyhow, especially because you're dealing with human beings that have feelings, right? Yes. I'm not insultive, obviously. I will not demean anyone or bring anyone down, but I tend to be very direct, yes, with my feedback. And so, while it is there is supposed to be like a bit of balance to it, so you're not overdoing it, right? Of course, there's also understanding timing, understanding when to and when not to, all those things. Yes, of course. Thank God for emotional intelligence. But yes, I think that's one thing I bring to my inner circle. They would say, I say the truth, and I'm unapologetic about the truth. The next one is an interesting question. It says, what misconception do people have about you at first glance? I think the one that I have heard a lot would be that I am strict. Maybe because of how my face usually is when I'm outside. I look like too serious. Sometimes if someone catches me unawares, maybe like takes a photo of me when I'm not paying attention, my face is just like so straight and just... I'm even happy that it has changed a little bit, because initially this would be that I would be frowning, like I would always be frowning, right? And sometimes because of my strict look, my stern look, they tend to think that I am a snob, which I'm working on because I don't like that idea. Obviously, I don't like that narrative. But I think that that's one of the first things that people would say because of my countenance. So the next question I love says, how has your idea of beauty changed over time? This is a very beautiful question for me, obviously, because I've always known that beauty is beyond skin, is beyond appearance, is beyond what you can see. And but I think the journey to really becoming a beautiful person started just like a few years ago when I started to pay attention to my inside more than my outside. And so it's easy for me to step into a place and people sense my beautiful aura before they even encounter my beautiful face. Or the way I speak to people, the way I allow the love of God flow through me, the way I make people feel at ease or at peace when they're with me, the way I let people or make people see the best in themselves when I have conversations with them. I think those are the things that really make me beautiful. And this is how much my idea of beauty has changed over the years, and I'm loving it. This one is quite frightening, but it says, what is something you're currently dreaming about that scares you? So for a few months, I've been working on, I don't know if I should be saying this. My village people will hear it, and I don't know if that's good. God forbid. Nah, I'm not scared of you guys. Whoever you are, you don't even see me anyway. So I've been working towards launching my own company, my own CRM company, and this is me saying it out loud boldly because I know that it's something that God has asked me to do, and it's something I'm working towards doing. It scares me, but I know that God has plans for this company, and I am going to get the job done soon. This question: what should you tell your younger self who was scared to take up space? Oh God, that question is so emotional. It feels emotional to me because again, going back to the conversation of me always being, or me previously being timid and usually just being afraid to speak up in places. And one of the things I also realize is this thing about our misconception about what virtue really means. A woman of virtue. We think that a woman of virtue, my coach would always say this, and I love it when she says it. She's not a woman who keeps quiet when she's supposed to speak. She's not a woman who is practicing false humility. And by false humility, I mean you are always willing to bow down before people, but it's not really from your heart. And so you're doing it because they have told you that this is what humility looks like, right? And I've come to that place of understanding that I can bend to greet, but my heart doesn't respect you as much as it should. I don't know if that makes sense. And so I'm learning that I am beautiful, I'm confident, I am value in myself. I am a beautiful addition to whatever space I find myself, and also to the lives of the people that God surrounds me with. I am a beautiful addition to their lives. And so I'm not afraid to show up as who I am. And so if you offend me, I will be very, 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 very quick to tell you this is how you offended me and I didn't like it. And that still makes me a virtuous woman, right? And I also am able to stand up for myself now. And so if I'm going to talk to my younger self, I will say this: if you can understand God's heart towards you, if you allow the love of Christ flow through you, if you are able to see yourself the way God sees you, if you are able to consistently be reminded that you are value and you are here to give value to the world, and you are light and you are salt, it'll be easy for you to take up space without feeling bad or unapologetic about it. The next question is, what's one decision that you have made that has completely changed how you view yourself? Okay. I think this decision would just be the decision to live boldly and be brave. You know, when I came into 2025, I called 2025 my brave year, my bold year. And it's even on my vision board, brave, written there, bold. And I told myself that I would not second guess myself. I would be bold about the things that God has said I should do. I would respond to Him without looking or second guessing myself, looking at myself or second guessing myself, because it's about Him first, obviously. And I think that decision to hinge my existence, my relevance, my power on the Holy Spirit within me is what has changed how I see myself. I no longer see myself as weak. Of course, I have my moments. Of course, everyone does. Of course, I have my moments of doubt, but I'm quickly reminded that it's really not about me. It's about the person who backs me. And this has completely changed my view of myself. Because I know that when I step into a room, it's not just Anne stepping into a room. It's Anne, God the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Hosts of angel armies are with me. And so when you hear my foot on the ground, you are hearing the sound of 1,000 marching soldiers, because I am that backed. So this question says, when do you feel most connected to God, and what does that moment look like? I think I have a few of them, but the one I want to share is when I have encounters as a mother. So when I interact with my child, there are many times, many times that God has used my interaction with her to teach me about my interaction with Him, or my relationship with her to teach me about my relationship with Him. And those moments mark me in a way that I cannot even explain. And so there is this particular example, right? We went to Wonderland in Abuja, myself, my sister, and my daughter. And so my daughter saw this guy carrying balloons. Obviously, he was selling the balloons. And then she started running towards the guy. Give me one balloon, give me one balloon, give me one balloon. And she didn't understand, obviously, that you pay for it. She didn't really care. She just went, realized or understanding that she was going to get one balloon from the guy. She knew she was going to get one balloon from the guy. And then my sister made a statement and she said, "My dear, go and take it. Your mom is capable. She will cover it." And in that moment, I just thought about it. How many times have I talked myself out of opportunities because I felt like I couldn't handle it, forgetting that I am not my God, who is my provider. God is my provider, right? And so I have like 1,000 stories that I could share, but every time I interact with her in one way or the other, God uses that relationship to teach me. And it's always so beautiful for me. So the next question, the last question actually, is what kind of community are you hoping to build on YouTube here, and why does that matter to you? You know that many times a lot of us know that we can be more. A lot of us want to grow. A lot of us want to become in God. But the truth is that we feel that we are alone. We feel that we don't have support. We feel that no one actually really cares about that journey. And we have to sort of fight to do everything that we want to do, because we are like, every man for himself, right? But no, I disagree. And this is why this channel exists, to help you see that there are people out there who are concerned, people out there who God has placed around you to support you on your journey. I know that I have encountered angels in human form. I have encountered help from people, and this is something I want to do for you as well, to help you see that you can become in God, to help you show you the possibilities that exist in God, and also help you see that every single goal in your heart or every single desire that God has planted in your heart can come to pass if you just stay the course. And not just that, it matters to me because I know that this is something that God has asked me to do, and this is something that is tied to my purpose in life. And I'm showing up for you, but I'm also showing up for myself as well. So yes, that will be it for now. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. If you have questions, if you want me to do a more conventional get to know me video, please let me know in the comments, and we'll definitely get to do that. For now, have a beautiful and wonderful day ahead. Beautiful week. See you in my next video.